Hello and welcome to another episode of The Minimalist Backpacker. I am your host, Adam Siever, and today we are talking about sleeping bags. And I have here with me two sleeping bags that I want to recommend and talk about. So the interesting thing about this topic is that I'm going to try to justify a $440 price tag for the long version of this, the Western Mountaineering Alpine Light. So first I want to kind of set the expectations. We're talking about 3-season bags, and so what that means is that you're going to be sleeping in the evenings between 20 and 40 degrees. So that would cover spring through fall for most of North America. Anything colder than that, and you really want to be looking at a 4-season, 0-degree kind of a bag, which I have a little experience with, but don't really have any good recommendations for. And anything that is higher than 40 degrees, you really don't need to bring out the big guns for something like this, and you can get by with something a little lighter that we'll talk about a little bit later. So, for that 3-season use, there are two sleeping bag makers here in the United States that make excellent bags. There's Western Mountaineering and there's Feathered Friends. And so I have here with me a Western Mountaineering Alpine Light. I've slept in it over 100 nights and it still pretty much looks as new as the day I bought it. It also has some other great features going for it that I believe justify the price. First off, it's extremely light. It weighs 2 pounds, and as you can see, it's very puffy and soft and very comfortable for those 2 pounds. You really you get the sense that it's a much more substantial mass than it actually weighs when you're carrying it around. Obviously it's very durable. It's really bulletproof. This has been, in the woods for weeks or months at a time, and I've taken good care of it. But it still is. It's amazing that it looks as new as it does. And they don't cheat on their specifications. So that can manifest itself in several ways. And I've had a little bit of experience with a few of the ways that different manufacturers can kind of cut corners on their specs to make their bags seem like they're closer to one of these really high-end manufacturers. And one of those ways that you see a lot of them do it is here in the footbox. You'll see that the Western Mountaineering actually has ample room through the footbox so you can move around while you're sleeping, and it doesn't constrict you too much. One manufacturer who's notorious for that is North Face. It has a long zipper that goes all the way to the bottom. Some nights you're not going to be sleeping in 20-degree weather, and you're going to really want the zipper so that you can stretch out and let some air in. It has a draft collar, which is really nice on cold nights to be able to tighten around your neck so that your head actually can get cool air, but the rest of your body can stay really warm. It also has a really high fill rating. Some other manufacturers can sometimes cheat and go down to 600 fill, which is going to make it a little bit cooler sleeping. One of the other nice things about the sleeping bag is that 20 degrees really does mean 20 degrees. That you'll feel. I've actually slept in this one down to 10 degrees and I was just fine. So it's a very true rating of its actual comfort level. So that is my justification for a $440 sleeping bag, but you won't always be sleeping in the cold. And so for a summertime bag, I have with me the Montbell. And the Montbell makes a lot of great products. They're a Japanese company that does really durable, extremely lightweight stuff. Their jackets are wonderful, and I also was really happy with this sleeping bag for summertime use. Summertime bags are a little more forgiving because, in about the 1 pound range, you can actually fit in quite a bit of features. And when you're not trying to fill it up with goose down, you can do stuff with I find that this sleeping bag does really well, which is this elastic foot box, so that you actually can move around and it stretches along with you. And this is great in the summertime because a constricting sleeping bag is extremely claustrophobic, when it's 60 degrees and you're trying to get some sleep. And so this elastic gives you the perception of kind of being able to stretch out and not feeling claustrophobic, yet at the same time it kind of is well contained and it's very lightweight. So that are my recommendations for sleeping bags. This has been another episode of The Minimalist Backpacker. I'm Adam Siever.